Welcome. I'll be reacting to Penny Dreadful, Season 2, Episode 9. We're getting pretty close to the finale, so I'm expecting this to go horribly wrong to set that up. Remember, this is a commentary. It is not a market substitute. Support the original. And no spoilers in the comments. That includes things like, oh, Season 3 quality went way downhill. Please don't do that. Let me have a first-time reaction and don't try to influence it. Much appreciated.
Through the same little window wherein I gained entrance, there are times one's diminutive size bears strange fruit.
I do like the way he talks. I mean, wherein? That's a great word. Very underused.
You know my persistence, old friend.
Yes, but Dr. Frankenstein is also going to be showing up soon. And Chandler taught him how to shoot. Ha 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 ha. Ooh. Victor, now would be a great time to show up. Ow. A few inches lower and he would have been a goner. She has nice form too. See how she turned her shoulder like that?
And where has he gone?
Into the witch's castle.
Oh, yes.
Did you imagine it?
Ingenious way to keep him in the room. Evelyn didn't even really need to lock it. She just needed to put this little mind curse thing on him. Oh, classic. Now, I still think Hecate here is going to make a power play.
The slowness of decrepitude. I believe the dinosaurs should know when a mammal is hunting.
She is what you made her.
If I were of another constitution, I would fear you.
I like the touch on the carriage. See all that mud? Like, it looks as though it's been through the moor, not just a typical London conveyance. I was wondering why there were so many coppers.
Something is going on here which is not an actual arm or leg. Something not quite real, but completely true.
I really want the poor inspector to figure this out and help. He's so clever. We need him on the team.
You will not take one step from this house when you will not be observed. Your peace of mind, such as it is, will cease to exist. And a length of hemp will seem a cheap price to be free of the burden. Good evening, Mr. Talbot.
Is that his real name?
Yes. I've penetrated your fanciful stage name.
Cornered animals are the most dangerous.
But they are cornered, nonetheless.
The inspector is so awesome.
So Malcolm needs me. There will be no discussion on the point.
That's exactly what she wants.
I will not
true.
let him suffer alone.
And certainly not at night.
True, but Mr. Chandler also has abilities at night.
When the devil knocks at your door, he doesn't have cloven hooves. He is beautiful. And offers you your heart's desire in whispered airs.
Photography sessions?
Oh, here we go.
I don't know what you mean. Don't you, Brona?
So he did remember.
Or is it Lily now? Neil. Neil.
This is not a good combination.
I'm sorry she hurt you. I'm sorry you feel so unloved. You are a beautiful monster. And there are those who could love you. And shall.
Thank you, Vanessa.
You should tell her all.
I agree.
Why? She will take your pain and make it hers. These marks mean I was a slave trader. This is my sin to live with.
Oh my goodness.
But in this house, I have found kindness among the unkind.
Kindness among the unkind. That explains a lot about his backstory. Careful though, tonight they might decide to bring the fight to you. I would get everyone in the living room. Don't split up into bedrooms. Just bring some blankets and have a sleepover.
There, Ethan. Calm yourself. You're in no danger from me. To serve not the emaciated Galilean god, but to stand alongside the great winged Lucifer as he reconquers heaven's bloody throne. Will you crawl with the insects, or will you rise over them?
Oh dear. Oh, of course, she used the mirror to get in. That makes sense. I do like the Hecate subplot. Also, this is why you ward your mirrors.
For months now, those workers have been coming and going over there. But he hasn't asked me to work on any new figures. That's odd, don't you think?
It won't be wax.
I couldn't say, miss.
Shall you be my gun bearer and guide?
Oh, yes. I mean, you won't like what you find, but I do like these two together.
What book?
Stay here.
She's in on
I'll
it?
tell you. It's a book of poetry. You should enjoy that.
What? She's part of it? I can't believe I trusted her. She seemed so sweet. You're my true friend, and then just... Ugh. Oh, no. And this is a new experience for him. That's all he cares about. Does she kind of consider him one of the immortals now? He's on her side? I'm starting to feel like season 3 is going to be about defeating Lily. That seems to be what they're setting up. Like next episode, they'll stop the witches, but then we have a new big bad, as it were.
Come on. We have to go at the back.
You know what is going to happen.
Yeah, they kind of need it though.
God, all those tedious discussions we had. Not everyone shares your mania for poetry.
You know Londoners. What care they for the suffering of malformed brutes? They will look, and they will point, and they will pay.
Yeah, but once Lily figures out what's down here, these 3, they'll become one of those crime scene displays. Because she is terrifying. Or if he ever gets out, we know what he's capable of. Question is, will Angelique still be there? Oh, she didn't see the room. Ugh. The decor is not subtle.
Well, what are they? But throbbing vermin made to procreate and expire.
She's so evil, but so just delicious about it. Also, let's talk about the neckline. Please, can we bring back the square and narrow low neckline? It is my favorite, and it's very rare to find throughout history. If you look at women's garb, we often get this neckline, which is kind of prevalent currently. You get the scoop, you have the high neck, of course, that Vanessa has right here that comes and goes throughout history. But Evelyn's gown, this is my favorite. I had a couple of people mention they stopped watching in this season because Evelyn just went too far. And I'm like, yeah, I can see what Sir Malcolm saw in her. I can.
I kissed his lips.
This way, Miss Ives.
Just ignore Hecate. This just kind of feels like a D&D party at this point with these 4. I would probably be the one running Victor's character because I like to play necromancers, and that's kind of what he is. Although he loses control of his creations, would make such an epic D&D campaign. right here. Witch's Castle. 2 of your party members have been captured. The rest of you have to sneak in. Everyone's rolling stealth checks right now.
Shema Israel, Hashem Eloheinu,
Yes,
Hashem
good idea.
Echad. Don't let me hurt our friends. Promise me. On your life.
Yes.
The ultimate romance. I did not expect that we would get to this point in this episode. I assumed it would be next episode. Are we going to get a cliffhanger? Or are we going to use next time to introduce the Lily problem? Dear. It seems right that Victor is the one who found him. Oh no! So the spell is an area of effect. It's the room.
Father,
Oh, sweetie.
your children have returned.
Oh, I thought we would never see him again.
No! I am just a man. You have been chosen by God.
We're gonna lose him when Chandler turns. That was an amazing piece of acting there at the end when he knew it was going to happen and chose to let it to keep Ethan alive. Wow. I don't know if I would have had the strength to do that. Incredible courage and sense of duty, I guess you could say, and honor. Seeing the big picture. As suspected, everyone is in jeopardy right now. I figured we would be leaving off either at a cliffhanger like this or prepping to go into the castle for the final episode. Everyone has their own problems right now. I feel like Victor's job is actually to just find a way to get over his own kind of demons and then be able to talk to Sir Malcolm. It's very interesting that whatever Evelyn did is in the entire room, that anyone who walks in is almost immediately affected by it. It's kind of interesting because I did write a character a little bit like Ethan in that they sometimes lose control and will eat people who are nearest to them. And it was really fascinating to try and decide what to do with her afterward, how she would react, how she would kind of crawl back from having lost it and, well, eaten an ally. So I know kind of from a writer's perspective how interesting that can be. As awful as this was, I'm also intrigued by what the writers are going to do with his character after this, because it's kind of at this moment when they have a choice of kind of giving into it and saying, maybe I am just evil. Why not give up and go that route? Like Hecate wants him to do. You have the absolute overwhelming guilt making them almost catatonic. You have the wanting to harm yourself kind of a route like he had earlier. And then there's the most difficult path that I think is the most interesting, which is kind of a combination of all of those, but you're pulled out of it by your friends who are still alive. I hope that's the route they take here, but it's going to be really, really, really difficult for Ethan after this. In fact, I can see them going the route where Chandler, after all this goes down, maybe the last scene of this season, walks up to the inspector and goes, I'm ready. You were right. I couldn't live with it. As always, the show is heartbreaking and quite well written.